the number one supplement that I simply couldn't do without, out of all the supplements in the world, the one that I need every single day. Coach Greg, and in today's video, I'm going over my top 5 natural supplements of 2022. Every year, there are new supplements, new innovations, and supplements continue to get better. And remember, these are my top 5, and I have very specific goals. Mine are to build muscle, or at least retain what I have, and improve cardio, more specifically on the bike. If your only goal is to build muscle and you don't care about cardio, or vice versa, then perhaps your list is going to be different. And so, for example, not on my top 5 is a test booster. I'm on HRT. I don't need it. And so although I believe strongly in G-test and 3-test that it can increase your natural testosterone levels, even Andrew Huberman on the Joe Rogan podcast spoke about Fedosia agressus and Tom Catalee both increasing testosterone by 1 to 200 nanograms per deciliter, I don't take it. So just because I sell the supplement, I'm not going to bullshit you and say I use it. I do not lie about my supplements. I'm very honest and open about which I take and which I do not. And so if you're on HRT, to me, useless. Don't need it. But if you have lower testosterone levels and you want to raise it, well, that might in fact be the number one supplement on your list. But for me, I don't need it, and so it's not in my top 5. Another supplement not in my top 5 list, it's protein powder. To me, that is not even a supplement. I categorize it as a food. Protein powder, to me, it's no different than if you were to eat tuna, fish, egg whites, chicken breasts, and so on. And so I don't categorize that as a supplement, even though it perhaps is supplementing your diet. And so I'd like to first start out with an honorable mention to melatonin or anything that will help you sleep. Sleep is paramount, and if you're not getting a good night's rest, well, you can't recover, and if you're not recovering, you're not going to build muscle, and you're not going to improve your cardio. And so if optimizing your sleep is important to you, then perhaps consider getting Delta Sleep. And in 5th place, Beta-alanine. And when is it most effective? Well, it's most effective in the anaerobic lactic energy system or in exercise sessions lasting closer to a minute or perhaps a little bit more. But if you're a power lifter doing sets of 5 or you're not really training that long, time under tension, it's not something that's meaningful to you, then beta-alanine probably useless. Just being honest, you probably don't need it. But if you do set after set or you're perhaps supersetting, doing drop sets, going harder than last time, and your TUT is lasting perhaps a minute or more, well, beta-alanine is going to allow you to push that much further to get every ounce of power out of your body. And so in buffering that lactic acid, it takes longer to get that cramping, burning sensation. You know, the one when you're riding a bike, sprinting up a hill, or perhaps doing a set of 20 or more reps on a squat. It's a very uncomfortable burning sensation, and if you can reduce that, it allows you to go that much harder, allowing you to train harder than last time. And when I'm racing bikes, the difference between 1st and 10th is often less than a second. And by adding in beta-alanine, it allows me to go that much harder for that much longer, and it can be the difference between a 1st place podium and 10th place. Number 4 on the list, and perhaps for many of you this would have been number 1, but for me, 4th place, creatine monohydrate. Creatine has been shown in over 1,000 studies to be effective to most people. It allows you to hold on to more water weight intracellular, allows you to train harder, get more reps, and it's very good at helping you build muscle and strength. This predominantly is more beneficial for the anaerobic alactic energy system. These are exercise sessions lasting far less than a minute. Perhaps even only 10 seconds. But if you're a power lifter or you're training really heavy and you want to push out one more rep, well, creatine monohydrate, that is the one for you. Not only that, creatine is very cheap in comparison to other supplements and has been shown in research to be very safe. It's been used for decades, and so to most people, if you're a beginner lifter or looking for your first supplement, this is often the one for you. And number 3 on the list are Ecdysteroids, in particular 20-HE, but there are a variety of them. For example, turkesterone. It's received a lot of a negative attention, people saying it doesn't work, that it's got to be placebo. But the tens of thousands of people who bought it and used it, including myself, they swear by it. And it's not just placebo, although people like to say that. There are several human studies, human trials showing it to be effective. People just choose not to read it. Many YouTubers have reached out, I've given them a research, said, hey, do the video on this. They choose not to because it's a lot more effective to make a video with drama saying it doesn't work than saying, hey, I read the studies and it actually does work. And so what we did at HGLT Sups is we relabeled Turk Builder to be called Ecdy Builder to more accurately reflect what's actually inside. Other companies, they continue to say turkesterone. We know it's not actually just testosterone. Small amounts, sure. But what's in it, what really worked, and what the studies show works, is a variety of ecdysteroids, including 20-HE. And so what my company did is we had the integrity to not lie to you, we relabeled it. We are very open and transparent. And so when we went above and beyond FDA requirements and had it tested using the most advanced techniques, we discovered what was actually in it. And we were not disappointed because what's in it is what the science actually says does work. And so please, if you want to read the studies, please reach out to us. We've sent it in newsletters to nearly 200,000 people. And so it continues to be an amazing seller. It's highly effective. And so I strongly stand by the effectiveness of Ecdybuilder. And number 2 on the list, and this, it seemed to come out of nowhere, although many people have known and swear by its effectiveness for years, but it simply didn't have the human clinical trials to prove it. This supplement is known as NMN. NMN has recently been banned by the FDA, hence much more people taking note. Why would the FDA ban it? Well, human studies have shown it to be highly effective. And remember, NMN is the main ingredient in GO2 Max, something I've been using for close to a year. It is amazing. And so exactly what do the human studies show? And remember, this is human studies, not rats, not mice, human studies. Well, in the most recent human study, double-blind placebo-controlled, remember, double-blind placebo-controlled, they gave 2 groups of people pills. One group, the NMN. The other group, no NMN. Both groups were told, just go about your day. You don't have to exercise if you want. Do what you want. You can exercise if you want. You can walk what you want. Just be you. Just do what makes you happy. The group that took the placebo pills made no improvements in walking distance at all. They didn't become fitter than last time. The group that did improved walking distance by 50%. What does that mean? They went 50% faster. And so imagine, they were not instructed you have to train this way or do anything. They never changed their diet. They said, take the pills and we'll see what happens. 50% improvement in walking distance. Do you know just how impressive that really is? This is statistically significant improvements. And so you can't just say, oh, it was placebo. They took the pills and they placeboed their way to be faster. The other group that took the placebo pills, they never got faster. And so to me, highly convincing evidence that NMN, it does really work. But how? Well, NMN, one of the things it does, it's a precursor to NAD+. NAD+ decreases as we age. And with less NAD+, you get more age-related illnesses. And so NMN may in fact be that fountain of youth, something to keep us younger, healthiest, ward off diseases. And if that's not enough, they gave the participants a questionnaire, the golden standard to see how are you feeling mentally? Are you getting depressed? Are you having thoughts of ending things? You know what I'm talking about. Those who took NMN made significant improvements in overall feelings of well-being and basically mental outlook, positivity on life. And so what Liver King is trying to do, preaching the 9 ancestral tenets, of which you clearly needed the growth hormone, testosterone, and so on, NMN does on its own. And for this benefit, you only need about 300 milligrams, although 600 was even better. Each of these pills, 400 milligrams. Now, if you're an advanced athlete, perhaps an MMA fighter or a cyclist in the Tour de France, you're doing triathlons, you're running marathons and so on, well, you can increase the dose to up to 3 pills a day. This will show even more improved cardiovascular function and benefit and literally make you faster than last time. And so here's the catch. NMN, it's not cheap. And so for a supplement to be effective, it not only has to work, it has to be affordable to most people. And so it is more expensive than creatine. Creatine, very cheap. And so for most people, creatine perhaps is better. But if you can afford NMN, does it not sound like a supplement you'd want to take? Now, there is one problem. The FDA has banned it. They're saying you can't sell it anymore. But they do give a grace period, and our manufacturer has allowed us to have one more run. It's currently sold out on the website, but it is going to be available in only a couple of weeks. And so my suggestion, get the pre-order, order it now, click the link in the description, use code Greg, get 10% off. And we have put it into bulk orders so that you can get it at discount. And so if you want to order in bulk, stock up now before it's no longer available, then I strongly urge you to do so. I find it truly unfortunate that the FDA would do this, but perhaps in the future down the road, they can reverse their decision. Remember the supplement NAC, how valuable a supplement supplement that was? Well, we wanted to put it in our liver support, but the FDA said, nah, you can't do it. But a year later, they reversed the decision. So perhaps in the future, the FDA will come to their senses and allow supplement manufacturers to continue to sell NMN. It's been sold by supplement companies for years, and for the FDA to come in and say, no, you can't sell it anymore. Why do they do this? As if pharmaceutical companies are not making enough money already. They're making trillions of dollars. That's not millions. It's not billions. Trillions. And to say, oh, we're only allowing pharmaceutical companies to sell this. How greedy is that? Supplement companies like Coach Greg is already selling it. Suddenly say, oh, you can't sell it. It's a drug. Really? It's a drug, is it? What about caffeine? Are we going to ban caffeine from Tim Hortons and Starbucks? And only have you get your cup of Java from the local drugstore? People, you can't just ban everything. Everything that works. We're pharmaceutical giants. Let's take control of everything. Oh, it's a drug. You can't sell it. It's been sold for years by supplement companies, and to suddenly say, we want all the rights to it, well, to me, that's not fair. Well, the number one supplement that I simply couldn't do without, out of all the supplements in the world, the one that I need every single day, caffeine. Caffeine has been shown in countless research studies to improve performance, improve cognition, improve everything. Well, not literally, but really, it makes a lot of things better in life. Just ask yourself, do you want to give up that cup of coffee? That Diet Coke? That pre-workout that you like? Probably not. And try going just a couple of days with no caffeine whatsoever and tell me how you feel. I'll tell you how I felt. I went an entire month on a caffeine detox. I was abusing caffeine, taking close to a gram every single day. It was too much. It was affecting my sleep. I went a month without caffeine and had a significant decline in performance, mood, energy, everything. Life was just not as fun as it used to be. And so I personally would hate to have to give up caffeine. And what I did when I got back from my caffeine detox is I use caffeine sparingly. I use it when I need it most. I center my caffeine to be used around improving my performance. And what does that mean? It means I no longer drink regular coffee. I drink decaf. And my Diet Cokes have been converted to caffeine-free Diet Coke. I only consume coffee before I go to the gym or before I do my cardio for a bike race. And why is that? Well, when I save it for these times, it makes it that much more effective. I no longer need to double scoop pre-workout. I can get by with far less caffeine. 1¼ scoops of hardcore pre-workout. That's all I need to feel really amped. And when I say really amped, I'm ready to race harder than last time. I can't shut up. I can't stop talking. You'd almost think I was taking this before my videos, but I literally take nothing. And on top of the performance-enhancing benefits of caffeine, it also improves the experience. It makes you like it more. And so if you're somebody that doesn't enjoy doing cardio, but you take caffeine before doing cardio, for example, a cup of coffee or pre-workout, you will enjoy the experience of the workout that much more. Just try it yourself. Try doing your regular gym workout or your walk to the beach, whatever you do, and do it with nothing. Next time, try drinking a cup of coffee and do the same thing. Overall, when you have caffeine, it changes the feelings, the experience to making it that much better. And why? Well, because caffeine releases dopamine. Dopamine is a feel-good hormone, makes you enjoy whatever experience you're having. And so if you're trying to convince yourself that you still like your girlfriend, well, don't drink any caffeine when she's not around and drink caffeine when she's there. And on the opposite extent, if you're trying to break up with her, every time you don't see her, drink caffeine. And when you're with her, avoid caffeine. Pretty soon you're going to say, wow, whenever I'm around her, I don't seem to be having that much fun. And when I'm away from her, I'm having a good time. Perhaps I should ditch this girl. And so you don't think Coach Greg gives you good advice. You don't think I give you the tips. A top 5 supplement video. I'm teaching you how to break up with your unwanted girlfriend. And so there you have it. It's my top 5 list. If you're interested in getting any of these, click the link in the description. Use code GREG. You save 10% right now. Like the video if you liked it. If this was a benefit to you, please like the button. It helps me a lot in the algorithm. And if you could leave a comment, help me even more. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Press that subscribe button. Also the bell button to get notified right away. That way you can watch it early on. The more people who watch a video early on and comment, the more it gets pushed to the masses. It allows videos to go viral. And so please watch the videos earlier than last time. Remember, I have cookbooks, training books, the Circle Diet book, and coaching plans by me and my team, phone consults. Please watch one of the bloops. Subscribe to me on Instagram. Lots going on there. Greg Doucette, IBB Pro. And until next time, I am out.